Hello, welcome back to channel, and thank you for watching. Just doing my C2E2 and trip pickup live. Um, we'll go through some books and some of the other stuff that I picked up in my travels. Let's just get this going. Okay. For the people who don't know, I attended C2E2 a few weeks ago and was lucky enough to meet a few different artists, and there was a wide range of comic book sellers there, and there was a bunch of exclusive books to the show, which I was lucky enough to pick up as well. First time being at a big show like that, I was surprised to find out that there was so many um, so many exclusives that the show had. And at the end of the show, I found out that there was 182 exclusive books available in the weekend. I got nowhere near close enough to picking up that many books, but there was just a fair amount of crazy exclusive books that were at the show. I will show some of them because I was lucky enough to pick up some of them. I'm just going to get the stream link so I can put it in the chat. So let's do this and send it to myself. I've never been to a show, I would say, that is on the scale that C2E2 was on. Like Heroes Con last year was a huge show full of creators, comic book creators and writers and artists and stuff, which was awesome. But C2E2 had a big number of creators and artists, along with just a whole bunch of actors and that as well. So it was just so big that it was really hard to try and get through in the weekend. Geelong was better, really. I did see your video for Geelong, dude, so I can't deny that it wasn't pretty big. But since you're online, dude, can you chuck the link in the chat? Just so if there's anyone around that wants to jump on. We will start with, we'll start with something simple. Then we'll get into the books. So one of the creators that was at C2E2 was Tyler Kirkham. And he had a whole bunch of books and stuff for sale. And one of the things he had for sale was these metal cards. And he was selling them as a 9-card set. So Deadpool, Colossus, Wolverine, and Deadpool, classic Hulk, versus Wolverine. Venom Deadpool. Wolverine Phoenix. The Wolverine with the fire, Ghost Wolverine, or whatever he's called, and Standard Wolverine. Now these are metal cards, not your standard cards. So when I saw these, I thought they were pretty cool and something different to grab. So I grabbed those. You mean at Marks for thing? If it is, I'm hoping to try and get there. I should hopefully get there on that day. But I'll let you know tomorrow. All depends how work goes. I know. But yeah, I should be there. So, but I'll confirm for dude. Take care. Okay. So we'll start with some books that I picked up. I'll just get this link for in the chat. Let's get onto the channel. Channel live and did comments. Paste. Okay. So this is a book that I had already that I got Frank Miller to sign and Klaus Janson, who was the colorist for this book, was at C2E2. So I took that along with me and got it signed. The pricing on books at C2E2 compared to Heroes Con were a big difference. So I didn't pick up as many big books as I did the last time at C2 at Heroes Con, but we'll go through them. So we have Codename Wolverine, Top Secret. Picked up this for a friend. So X-Men 191, which is the first Nimrod. I'm pretty sure it is. We have Web of Spider-Man 48. So it's not a majorly big book, but I know it's something to do with the Hobgoblin. Another one for a friend, X-Men 282. So first Bishop. We have Marvel Point One, which is, if I'm right, the first Sam Alexander Nova. Just a cool cover. Wolverine #1 from one of his first solo series. I don't know how I managed to do this, but I was hunting for this book and I ended up picking up two of them. So we got Daredevil 254, which is the first Typhoid Mary. Ended up with two copies. So we have a DC Comics Presents number 51. So I'm pretty sure this is the book that has the 14-page preview of He-Man, which shows up in a later episode, or later book of DC Comics Presents. Just another iconic Wolverine cover, #1 from Marvel Comics Presents. We have Machine Man #1. So not all of these books were picked up from C2E2, but the bulk of them were, and I have some from some other comic book stores on my trip. So we have Superman 75, not 75, it's Superman #1, but it should be, if I'm right, the first appearance of Metallo. We got An Absolute Batman #1, 4th printing, blank cover. Daredevil 187. I know this book is a minor key, but I can't remember for what reason off the top of my head. So we have a first appearance of Dakin, Wolverine Origins #10 with the cool cover. Next book is very low key, very low grade, sorry, not low key book. It's a Batman with Robin the Teen Wonder #235. You can see it's beat up, but it's the second appearance of Ra's al Ghul. Next, we have a Marvel Comics Presents 72 Wolverine book, and first appearance of Weapon Hex. This book is one of the bigger books I was able to pick up in my travels. We have Silver Surfer #3, first appearance of Mephisto. And then we have a Batman 357, which from what I can remember is first Jason Todd and second appearance of Killer Croc, I think. So we have a Captain America and Falcon 180, first appearance of Nomad. We have another Captain America book, 230, with a really cool cover. Okay, now we get into some of the exclusive books that were at the show. So Ryan Otley was at the show, and he had some exclusive covers of Invincible 61 that I got signed. Pretty cool cover. There was some artists at the show that I really didn't have books of in my collection, but wanted to grab something. So we had Gleason, and obviously everyone knows his awesome Spider-Man covers. So he had these there, so I was able to pick up Goblin. We had Seeley, who did the Rogue Savage Land, and he had some exclusive covers there for sale. Some more random books. We have Batman Detective Comics. We have Batman and Robin #1. Just really like the cover on this book, and I think Grant Morrison's run on Batman and Robin, everyone talks well of it, so I think it might be something I start collecting. We have the new Incredible Hulk, number 377, which is the Professor Hulk persona, shows up in this issue. We have Captain America 310. We have a Moon Knight #1. So first solo series from Moon Knight. This is a character that I really don't know much about, but when I seen this first book at the price it was, I figured I might as well jump on top of it. Mr. Miracle, #1. Now, I always mix up these two books, so we'll see if I get it right. We have Marvel 2-in-1 Thing and Spider-Man. Now, we have that, and we have the king size annual #7 Avengers. Now, I know one, I think, is the death of Thanos, and the other one is the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet or the Infinity Stones. If anyone knows exactly, let me know in the comments. We have Legends book #1. #3. If I'm right, this is a early appearance or first appearance of Suicide Squad or Amanda Waller. I know there's some minor key to it. Just a cool cover. Captain America 354. Cap's back. We have an Avengers 257. First appearance of Nebula. And this is one of the more cooler books I picked up. And it's an Aquaman 35, which is first appearance of Black Manta. So I went into this trip originally planning to get an X-Men 1, but because I ended up finding it before I went to C2E2, I went there not knowing exactly what I was hunting. So I was looking for my next set of books or next series that I wanted to try and start and complete. And there was a lot of books and a lot of series and sets to choose from. So I did eventually decide which one I was going to start, and I have a whole bunch of books from the run that I will be showing, but I'll just show some other things that I picked up. So I knew that Marvel did annual did a set of annual cards, but I did know they did booster boxes, but I've never seen booster boxes here in Australia. So seen a booster box for annuals, and I thought I'd grab one of them, but I didn't know that DC did the same thing. So this is the first time I've seen it, and there was a booster box. So I grabbed the DC annual booster box and see, I'll do some box breaking and see if I get lucky and get some of the big cards. So we have a whole bunch of books. I ended up going a little bit extreme and grabbing, I think, about 130 or 140 books over the shows and the con. Now, some are double ups that are for a mate, and some are just for myself. So we have another Weapon X Wolverine. Okay. So we have a Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. Kick-Ass, #1. Okay, we have Shazam, #100. So this is the first appearance of Black Adam in the Silver Age. We have another old school Aquaman. It is #29, first appearance of Ocean Master. So just another Marvel .1. Now, I thought this was a cool pickup, considering that I picked up this book and 2 or 3 days later they released the latest trailer of the Fantastic Four. So we have Fantastic Four 209, which is the first appearance of Herbie the robot. We have an early Fantastic Four #30, which is a Diablo appearance. I have never heard of this character or even seen this cover before, but I seen it and it looked really interesting. We have a Ghost Rider #75, which is the first appearance of Steel Wind, and thought it was a really cool, unique cover. How you going, Kenneth? We have a iconic Avengers cover, #25, and if I'm right, it's the first time Doctor Doom interacts with the Avengers, or his first time he's in an Avenger book. We have Invincible Iron Man 55 and first appearance of Thanos. This book, just because I missed out on getting it here, we have a Rogue Savage Land #1. So we have Ultimate Comics Spider-Man #1, Miles Morales book. Okay, this book is a book that I've secretly wanted for a long time, but I've never found at a decent price. And I kept saying to myself, do I really want to get into this series of books? And when I seen it there for the price that I did, I figured I might as well. And we have Transformers #1, iconic cover. With the hype that's coming with the Thunderbolts at the moment, I thought I'd pick up this book. So Strange Tales, Nick Fury, and Doctor Strange 159, which is the first appearance of Contessa. I'm not even going to try to finish announcing her name, and a book that I've wanted for a while and has been really, really crazily priced every time I've seen it. But Batman, first appearance of the Red Hood. Cool cover. Okay. Let's do this here. So the series that I am deciding to collect, I think I might get through half the books because it's going a bit long, but we'll see. So we have Wolverine 1 in 10 cover, the cool Sabretooth decapitation cover. We have Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. #4, the iconic cool cover. So the series that I have decided to start doing is the Justice League series. So I'm going to try and get 1 to 261, I think the run is, or 268. So that's going to be the next run I'm trying to complete. And we have Justice League #2. We have a Justice League #4, which is the book that Green Arrow joins the Justice League. We have a low grade Justice League #5. And we have a Justice League #14, which is Adam joins Justice League. So we have and number 16. So there was some really cool covers on this Justice League run. And we have number 16. We have number 20. Sorry, 24. So we have Justice League number 29. Now, I was very, very surprised how easy it was to find Justice League books there compared to here. We have Justice League number 44. We have number 45. It's a first appearance of, if I get it right, I think the character is Shaggy Man. We have a Justice League number 49. And we have Justice League number 53. It says secret behind the stolen secret weapons. Okay. We have a Justice League 55, which is first Golden Age. I don't know if that's right, but first, I know it's first appearance of a Robin from a different Earth. Okay, we have Justice League number 56, which is the first battle between the Justice League and the Justice Society. So we have Justice League 59, which is just another cool cover. So this cover is something pretty cool, and it's a Justice League America number 61, Operation Jail the Justice League. So you have the hero half-faced with the villain. We have another we have Justice League number 63, Superman and the rest of the league on the cover. We have Justice League number 91, floating head cover. We have a Justice League 181, $2 comic book. We have a few more. So we have a Justice League 183. We have a Justice League 193, which is the first All-Star Squadron, I'm assuming, in the Justice League book. We have a Justice League 200. Okay, so they are the first part of my Justice League collecting, because I only had 3 or 4 books originally in the run. Gonna say probably the biggest book I picked up this time around. So we have a Justice League #1, slabbed by CGC in a 2.0. So we have the origin and first appearance of Despero, and there is a letter from Roy Thomas in this book. So I was able to pick up that, and I was also lucky enough to find Brave and the Bold presents the Justice League #29. So the second appearance of Justice League. So hopefully I can find a #28 eventually and get the full first appearance of the Justice League. I know it's not the first appearance of All Good Tony. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Yeah, hopefully I can get the Brave and the Bold 28, which is just the first appearance of the Justice League as a team, and we'll see if I work on trying to get the first appearances of most of the characters eventually. We have a Marvel Team Up Spider-Man Mockingbird, just first appearance Mockingbird. Early Shazam book. Now, I have been trying to finish this Black Panther run for a while now. I've only needed the one book, and for some reason I have not been able to find it, but I was lucky enough to find it this time around, and I picked up Black Panther #11, which finishes my run of 1 to 15 of the first series of solo Black Panther title. I've heard of this book, but I had never known about this issue of it. So we have Amazing Heroes issue 100, which was a celebratory issue of Jack the King Kirby, which I thought was pretty cool, showing Marvel DC characters all together. So we picked up that. Okay. Now, this next book I know is first cameo, first appearance of Punchline. So I don't know if people think it's first appearance, first cameo. Everyone has their say. Next book is Old School Tales of Suspense, Iron Man and Captain America number 77. And first appearance of Peggy Carter. Just for the fact of it that I'm collecting the Zero books and I've never seen this one, I picked up I, Vampire to add to the collection. Okay. And there's nothing crazily big in this last bunch of books for tonight, but just some books that I was chasing and that I wanted. As I've said before, I'm doing the Killing Joke run, and I needed the fourth printing, which I was lucky enough to find at a really reasonable price. So I've got the original first 9 printings now. I'm going to make the decision if I'm going to go into getting the 10 through like 14 or 15, which are not the iconic cover, but just takes on the iconic cover. So we have Stars and Stripes number 1, which is the second appearance of them. Just an iconic Batgirl cover, number 1. Okay. So we have Superman and Flash World's Finest presents. This is number 199, which is the ending to one of the races. I'm pretty sure it's the second race between Superman and the Flash. We just have a early book from the return of the Incredible Hulk title. So we have Incredible Hulk 105. Pretty cool cover. Now, this book does say that it's first cameo appearance of the team. I'm not 100% sure if it is, but we have Swamp Thing Annual number 2 and first cameo appearance of the Justice League Dark. With the new Lanterns show coming and all the good things I've been hearing about the people cast as characters, we have the all-new Green Lantern 51, which is first appearance of Kyle Rayner as, I think it's as the Green Lantern, not his first appearance in the book. Again, we just have another early Hulk 107 from his return to his solo title. How you going, Brian? How's things? And this is a book that I see a lot of the American collectors talk about, and it's a book I've never ever seen here in Australia, and that's good to hear, Brian. When I seen it, I thought I just have to jump on it and try and jump on the bandwagon. We have NFL Super Pro. So, number 1, Spider-Man there on the cover. Thought it was pretty cool. So, that's been a fair chunk of the books that I picked up. There's still a whole pile more of books. We might as well get through them. So we have now a lot of the books that are here are exclusive books from the show. So we have a cool cover. I think if I'm pronouncing his name right, is Kyrie Andrews is the cover artist, and just a cool X-Men cover. This is a Tyler Kirkham Wolverine Revenge cover. One of the artists at the show was John Jiang, if I'm pronouncing it right, and he had some pretty cool covers. So we got Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man, I think it is, signed by John. We have an Absolute Batman number 7 Finch cover, David Finch cover, signed. And just a Justice League of America number 1 signed by Finch. Patrick Gleason was there, and he had a whole bunch of really cool covers from his line worked Spider-Mans and Green Goblin, but he also had the Ultimate Spider-Man number 12 cover. So this is Mary Jane and Spidey thing, and it's an exclusive artist edition to 2,500 copies. So comes with a little COA, and they were sold as a pair. So we have the trade dress and the Virgin. So thought these were pretty cool covers. How you going? Keep on collecting. I'm doing well. Yourself? Okay. This next one, we'll just quickly get it out of the way. Just a Jason Aaron Batman Off-World book. There was a big bunch of exclusive books at the show, and I tried my very best to get my hands on some of them, and a lot of them were just getting sold on Whatnot. So honestly didn't know if I was going to be able to get any of them or not. But one of them is this Hugh Jackman Wolverine book. It is by Tidal Wave Productions and Fame, and it is 1 of 100 book, and art by Jonathan Ube. The next one was another Fame book, but it's Keanu Reeves as Ghost Rider in the Virgin. So this was a 1 in 60 C2E2 exclusive. And this was one of the cooler books for me as a Stan Lee collector that I seen. It really is. They did have some very cool exclusives there. This is, as I was saying, is one that I thought was pretty cool and probably my favorite pickup. So we have the Mr. Marvel card Virgin Stan Lee. So this was a limited to 200, and the COA is like the back of the card. So I was very happy that I was lucky enough to get my hands on that. So let's do this. Some other books. So this is just another Tyler Kirkham exclusive cover, X-Men. This was a book I had, but I took it to get it signed. So Something Killing the Children, 1 in 25, 11. Jenny Frison book signed. I was lucky enough to get 2 of the Stan Lee covers. Now, anyone who seen any of the exclusives from C2E2, there was 3 or 4 books that were going crazy. There was the Mark Spears Monsters books that were just selling at crazy prices from the start. And then there was the Amazing Pocket Monsters. So these were a four book set, all limited, let's see, to 151, and they all come with a card, limited. So I was lucky enough to get in the line early enough to be able to get a set of these books. So they're all numbered at different numbers from the set. I'm not even going to try and pretend that I know which characters, which Pokemon these people are, these characters are. So there was 4 of these. Was able to get a whole set. Ended up grabbing another one of the Hugh Jackman covers. So this was another exclusive for the show. It was a cover done by John Tyler Christopher, and it was limited to 1,000. And we have Amazing Spider-Man #1. You can see Venom in the eyes. It's a pretty cool cover. We also have a Absolute Batman #6. Keep on collecting. So the those Pokemon books are selling for anywhere between 150 to 250 each, which I find really crazy, but because they're limited, people were jumping on them. There was the Mark Spears Monsters covers, and they were selling on Whatnot before even getting released for $300-400 each book. And then some of these other ones range anywhere between 60 to 100 bucks each, $200. It all depends on the number and how desperate people are for. Which book are you claiming, Brian? I'm assuming one of the Spider-Man books. So this was an exclusive variant by Ivan Tao, and it was limited to 800 for C2E2. It really is, dude. I was very surprised when I seen the prices they were selling them for. That's why I grabbed the Pokemon set. Not that I got any care for it, but I figured I can make back some of the money from my trip. Okay. I'm not sure if I got any other exclusive Spider-Mans coming up. There was a few there at the show. The next bunch of books. So, Rose Besh was one of the artists at the show. So, I tried to find some exclusive covers to get signed by her. So, we have a White Widow, 1 in 50, Rose Besh cover. Greg Land, 1 in 10 Moon Knight cover. He was also there, so got that signed. We have, I'm pretty sure this is a 1 in 100 Spider-Gwen Virgin by Greg Land. We had Joelle Jones, just another cool X-Men cover. The Virgin Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #1, signed by Tom King. So this next book is a Gene Ha book and Grant Morrison. So New 52 Superman Action Comics #9. So we have a remark on this book and signed. Okay, so we have a Rodriguez 1 in 25 variant cover. We got signed. We have I know this was an exclusive, but I can't remember what this one was. We have a Tom Seeley Rogue Savage Land cover. Now, this is from an artist I had never heard of before the show. I'm not a big Superman fan, but I am looking forward to the new movie. I'd like to see James Gunn's take on Superman. I think he has a unique way of looking into characters. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with it. As I was saying, I've never really heard of this guy, and I don't want to butcher his name, but I'm pretty sure it's Todd Newark. And we have a 1 in 100 X-Men cover. So it's the name. We have some more Rose Besh covers. So I'm pretty sure this is a I forgot what her name is. Hollow's Eve, 1 in 300 cover. Then we have a Moon Knight. I think it's either a 1 in 100 or 1 in 200 cover. And then we have Spider-Man cover. This was another exclusive book to the show. It is a Female Force by Tidal Wave, Gal Gadot or Gadot cover on the foil. So Reed Pop exclusive. Another John Jiang cover, Virgin. The creators of 8 Billion Genies were there. So I got this signed by Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. And did a little remark there. So this is another green John Jiang cover, and it's Deceased 2, First Black Canary as Green Lantern, I think, or as something, but it's a zombie cover there. I just found the exclusive covers John had were pretty cool, so I grabbed up a few. We have Spider-Punk Arms Race number 4. It was a zombie Batman. Looked pretty cool. It was very different. Speaking of Batman, I know when I was trying to find this book here, it cost an arm and a leg, and over there I found it everywhere, and I was able to pick up Batman 497, The Breaking of the Bat, for $10. So pretty cool cover. Okay, we're down to the last pile. So we have Red Sonja, She Devil with a Sword number 1. A lot of the covers left are all exclusives or variant covers. Thank you very much, buddy. So we have a Joker Cedar black and white wraparound Marvel Knights 20 cover. Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure this is a 1 in 25 or 1 in 50 Virgin cover. We have a Superior Spider-Man #1, which is a variant. We have a Lee in Hook, Zombie, Nightcrawler, and Psylocke Fine Spider-Man book. This is another black and white cover, X-Men. So we're down to last 4 books, which are just exclusives from the show. So we have just a Tom King done Wonder Woman written book, Virgin cover, which looked pretty cool. We have The Crow, exclusive cover. So we have John Jiang, Marvel Rivals, variant cover. So this is a cover from an older show, but this artist was meant to be in Australia at Gold Coast. Yeah, the Crow cover is pretty cool. This artist was meant to be in the Gold Coast on the weekend of the show and cancelled and ended up being at C2E2, and it's a Miko Cyan. It's a tribute to Kobe Bryant. So I thought it was a pretty cool half Kobe Bryant, half Michael Jordan tribute cover. Got it signed. It's a, let's see, 31 of 151, 150. And it was a New York Comic Con surprise drop. So they mustn't have sold out at New York, and he still had some. So was able to pick up that. So that is all the books that I picked up from C2E2 and from my travels through about half a dozen other comic shops around on my trip. There is a whole bunch of books that I end up taking with me to get signed that I might show off in next week's stream. And there was a whole bunch of art and some other stuff that I picked up. But we've already hit the hour mark, and thank you very much, buddy. I got lucky this time at the show with some of the exclusives, which I was very, very happy with. Now, hopefully, I can move some of them on. Brian, I'm not going to be at Heroes this year. I made the decision to go to C2E2 because I could only do one show early on. And yeah, I don't think I'll make the mistake of going back to a show like C2E2 instead of Heroes. But for this year, Heroes is the main show that I'm doing. And especially with the dollar the way it is, I don't think I could do Heroes even if I really wanted to. But as I was saying, I've got a whole bunch of art that I picked up as well that I will show in a later stream, and the books that I got signed. And I also have some footage from the show that I'm editing and will hopefully have up in the next few days, just showing for the locals, the local Aussies, and people who have never been to C2E2, just the sheer size of the show and the amount of stuff there was there and things to do. Hopefully that'll be coming in the next week or so, once I get a chance to finish editing through all the footage. Thank you to everyone who jumped on in the chat, and thank you to everyone who catches the replay. Let me know your thoughts on any of the exclusive books I grabbed or any of my pickups, and have a great night. Thank you.